Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees the release of the supernatural comic book reboot Hellboy hitting store shelves, along with the sci-fi fantasy adventure Alita Battle Angel, the animated comedy Missing Link, as well as Arrow Video is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1985 teen comedy Weird Science, and Scream Factory is releasing Volume 2 of their Universal Horror Collection, plus much more. So let's go in and see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Hellboy right here. Not bad. The third-party vendor was right. They were gonna have one this week, shockingly enough as it is. And the first thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Hellboy for $17.96. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $19.96, and the DVD over here for $14.96. And Bob and I did a movie review on Hellboy 2019. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the descriptions for you guys to hear our full and complete thoughts on this reboot right here, guys. And we were looking forward to it, yet we were very hesitant because we love those two Guillermo del Toro movies. Those ones, man, they really are underrated. And they're just fantastic fantasy comic book movies. And I always wanted a third one. I always wanted a third Hellboy movie, and I never got it. I was waiting forever and ever, and you know, there would be developments of maybe it was going to happen, maybe not. And yeah, just nothing came of it, which was a really terrible thing. And so eventually we got the reboot here, and I hate to say, the reboot really is a pale comparison to those other two Hellboy movies, guys. It really is. I mean, the makeup effects are really bad, the CGI effects are bad, the action not very good, characters are kind of weak and a little bit bland, the fantasy elements are not as good as the Guillermo del Toro ones. It really fails in every way as not only a fantasy movie, but as a comic book genre movie. It really does, and it's a shame because, again, I love the Hellboy character. I like David Harbour. I think David Harbour is a good actor. I think he can pull off a lot of great stuff, but I think this was a terrible script. I think he got saddled with not a really great adaptation of the character. The villain is weak as hell. Mila Jovovich is absolutely garbage in this movie. It really is such a weak-ass film, guys, and I hate to say it, but it is true. I mean, it bombed at the box office, and rightfully so, because it is not worth anybody's time whatsoever. It really isn't. Stick with those two original Guillermo del Toro films. They're so much better, guys. So much better, well made. And this one really was a pale comparison in almost every aspect. I hate to say it, but it's honestly the truth. This one just didn't cut it, guys. I hate to say it. If you're curious, maybe give it a watch, but yeah, this was a really pale comparison in every way, guys. It really is. And I'm also noticing they have a exclusive here. They have a digital graphic novel included. It's only here at Walmart. Kind of show you what it looks like right here, guys. It comes with a graphic novel, a digital version right here. Not bad at all. So it comes in the Blu-ray, it comes in the 4K, and it also comes in the DVD. So no matter which one you get, you will get the digital graphic novel version. And slightly different artwork as well. The Blu-ray and DVD here has this artwork right here. The 4K has this artwork. I would say I actually like probably I do like this artwork quite a bit, but I like that artwork too. I actually like both of the artworks, and they're not bad either. The DVD has the artwork for the Blu-ray, but I just wish it was a better movie, guys. But yeah, this one just really fails in every comparison of the two other Guillermo del Toro films. It's sad because ones that came out like over 10 years ago are better than the recent one. That just tells you about, you know, filmmaking. That tells you about, you really have to have a great story and great characters in order to make a movie work, and this just did not have it, guys, unfortunately. Shocked that they have a display for it, but hey, you never know until you walk into these places. Not bad at all, guys. Alright, well, let's see what else they got. Alright, everybody, we are over at this display next, and it is for Alita Battle Angel right here. Very nice display, guys. Very nice indeed. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Alita Battle Angel for 1996. They also have this Motorball gift set, which has an exclusive only at Walmart Funko Pop keychain of Alita herself right here. Not half bad either, and that is for $22.96 right here. Not bad at all. They also have the DVD over here for $17.96, and they have over here, they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray and digital for $29.96. Talk about weird, man. We're seeing more 3D. I guess more studios are putting more effort into 3D. Crazy enough, you know, I would have never thought we'd see yet another 3D release, but here you go, especially at Walmart. Not half bad, man. Nice for all you 3D lovers out there. Nice, very cool. And I really love the cover here, the slipcover. Got all of the colors if you kind of move it around and everything. Not bad. Nice. And I got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime, guys, and man, I really enjoyed this movie. I wanted to watch it in theaters, but I never got a chance to, and I'm sort of sad that I missed out on it because I've never read any of the mangas that this is based off of, so I knew nothing about it, not a single thing. And I loved it. I thought the action was really brilliant. I loved the characters. The visual effects are stunning. I thought it was really well done, man. I thought, you know, again, it looked real to me. I thought the story was dynamic. I just loved it. I loved the world. I loved being immersed in the world and these characters, and I thought it was really great sci-fi, guys. I thought the sci-fi here was fantastic. I loved the different robots and just the whole like grimy world of it. And yeah, I really dug this one quite a bit, guys. I really did. Again, knowing nothing about the story or the mangas or anything, I went in completely blind and I was blown away, guys. This really is a stunner of a movie. So well done. The visual effects, the characters, the stories, everything works here. It's been a while since I've been incredibly impressed by a sci-fi film, but this one just really hit it out of the park, man. Really amazing. I'm so pissed I missed out on it on the big screen, dude, but I'm telling you, at home I had a blast watching this, and if you're into sci-fi and really love sort of those mangas of Alita, I don't think you'll be disappointed, guys. This is really well done, man. This is just a stunner in every sense of the word. I really dug this a lot, man, and I highly recommend this one big time. So awesome, dude. Definitely well worth checking out. Absolutely well worth checking out. Nice. And again, it's really cool because they have that only at Walmart Funko Pop keychain here, which I think is really cool. Another exclusive. On top of that, like I said, having the 3D release is awesome here. I would have never in a million years thought we'd get another 3D release, but I have a feeling this would look stunning in 3D. I honestly would. I think the 3D would look awesome, especially on your like 4K 3D TV. God, that would probably look fucking amazing. Yeah, it would look awesome, guys. Yeah, this is a really great release. Well worth your time, guys. And a really great display here. Not half bad at all, guys. All right. Two really interesting displays. so far so good. Let's see what else Walmart's got. Alright everybody, we are over in this section of Walmart, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Missing Link for $19.96 and the DVD for $14.96 right here. And I watched this on Amazon Prime with my girlfriend. We both watch it. She really likes animated movies. And I remember this coming to the theaters, and I chose to not really watch it there. I decided to wait till it came out on physical media. I like the trailer, though. I will admit, I thought the trailer looked fun. I like the idea of the story of this adventurer who wants to belong to this sort of club and finds the elusive missing link to sort of prove himself worthy, and sort of all the adventure and comedy that happens when he finds the missing link. You know, the animation here is great. I think the animation here is gorgeous. I think it looks awesome. I think the missing link looks great here. I like the character designs. I think everything looks really cool here. The voice acting is really good as well from everybody. Hugh Jackman, Zach Galifianakis, everybody does a good job. The problem is, I think the movie itself is a little bland and kind of boring. It kind of meanders a little bit, and I don't think the comedy really works. If this was aimed towards kids, I don't think that kids are gonna laugh very much at this movie. Maybe at a couple of maybe gags in the movie, sort of slapstick stuff, but outside of that, the jokes aren't really all that funny, especially as an adult, and I am assuming as kids they're not really gonna really grasp onto a lot of the jokes. It's beautiful to look at. The colors are fantastic, but I think the story itself is good, but I think the movie's plotting and everything just goes really slow, and it's kind of dull and a little bit boring, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to this one because I like the studio behind it, who's done a lot of these very interesting animated movies, and I like the trailer. The trailer looked really fun, but the movie itself, again, it gets very dull and boring after a while, and even my girlfriend, who really loves a lot of these animated movies, she was kind of getting bored with it too, and just couldn't wait for it to be over, unfortunately. Again, interesting movie. Again, good for fans of animated films, but not the most exciting animated film you've ever seen, guys. I hate to say it, though, but the design itself and the animation are worthy of at least checking it out, though. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of Master Z Ip Man Legacy for $14.96. The DVD for $12.96 here. What is this? You got Tony Jaa, Michelle Yeoh, Dave Bautista. Interesting. Dave Bautista does a lot of these sort of straight-to-DVD and Blu-ray movies, but yet still gets a lot of high-profile work, man. He kind of does a little bit of both. Oh, yeah. It's from legendary action director Won Wo Ping, The Matrix and Kill Bill. Oh, he did a lot of the fight choreography and everything. Yeah, man, that man, he's really great. The fight choreography in those films are kick-ass, man. A spin-off of the Ip Man series. That's interesting. I don't really know much about it because I'm not really a fan of sort of all of the Ip Man movies. I've only watched a couple of them. To be honest with you, though, I would be interested just for the fight scenes, and the fight scenes are probably really cool. I mean, if it's the same guy who did the fight scenes for The Matrix and Kill Bill, then despite maybe whether the movie's good or bad, the action scenes have to be kick-ass in this. They have to be awesome here. Again, I haven't watched everything Ip Man, but the Ip Man stuff is really cool, though, from what people tell me, and the stuff I have watched, it is really cool. Again, Dave Bautista is a good actor, so if he's on board with this, he must have liked something with this to come on board with it. Again, if nothing else, the action must be really cool here. Definitely let me know if you have seen Master Z Ip Man Legacy right here. Very interesting. Not bad at all here. And then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Critters Attack for $19.96. They also have the DVD for $14.96 right here. And I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, guys, and I am a big fan of the Critters franchise. If you guys have not seen my video that I did, I did a whole like Critters collection video when Scream Factory put that box set out. I'll put a link down below in the description for you to check it all out. But I really do love the Critters series, and I've always wanted them to do more with the Critters because they're just really great sort of creatures, and I love the design of them, and I think they're really sort of mean-spirited yet humorous, and I kind of like that quite a lot. And I was really looking forward to this one because I liked the trailer to it, but this was not good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. They don't do much with the Critters themselves. The characters, I didn't care for most of them. Dee Wallace is back in here, who was in the first Critters film way back when, and they do some cool stuff with her action-wise, but she's kind of wasted in the movie as well. The story really is just a lame excuse to make a Critters movie. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of effort that I felt that got put into this film, which is a real shame because I really love the Critters, and I wanted some really cool, really just kick-ass Critters movie. And I don't mind if it's like straight to DVD or anything. I'm cool with that, but you gotta make a really good Critters movie, man. You can't sort of just half-ass it, and I feel that this was really half-assed. You know, whether the Critters effects, which weren't terrible, but not up to the standards they usually are. Again, I felt it was a waste for everybody involved, actors and the talent behind the camera. And yeah, if you're looking for a sort of okay B-movie creature feature, then maybe this works, but as sort of a entry into the Critters franchise, I think it kind of fails, in my honest opinion, guys. I miss those earlier Critter movies. B-movie classics, but can't quite say this is the same, guys. Curiosity at best. Then over here, I am seeing they have the DVD of Rock, Paper, Scissors for $12.96 right here. From the director of Child's Play. Really? Michael Madsen, Tatum O'Neal, Ari Lehman. Child's Play no longer. Never heard of this one. What is this about? From the writer of Friday the 13th. Really? That's interesting. That's quite a combo. Huh. That's really interesting. I like the synopsis of this, man. I really do. I like the synopsis of it. It's very interesting that it comes from the writer of Friday the 13th and the director of Child's Play, man. Very interesting. Ari Lehman, the original Jason from Friday the 13th. Michael Madsen, who I did like from back in the day. He's made a lot of crap straight to DVD stuff, but this honestly looks really promising. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I like the synopsis. The killer mask kind of looks cool too. Huh. I'm not a huge fan of the cover, though. The cover looks kind of bland. But outside of that, though, I'm not going to lie. I really like the synopsis, and it looks kind of really cool. This would be something I would give a chance to. I mean, I don't know about like, if you were to be in the store and just look at this and blind buy it. Because, again, I think the cover is kind of dull. But, again, it really intrigues me with Tom Holland, the director of Child's Play, and the writer of Friday the 13th coming together for this sort of psychological horror film. Yeah, it looks really cool. I might have to give this one a chance, guys. Let me know if you've seen Rock, Paper, Scissors. It does look really cool. And then they, the less we say again about Avengers of Justice, the less said. Yeah, the better. Looks really crappy, guys. If you've watched it since last week or know anything, let me know. But God, I watched the trailer for this, and the trailer was dog shit. So I'm staying away from it. But if you guys can stomach watching the movie, let me know what you think. It still looks like garbage. Hot garbage at best. Then over here they have the DVD of Puppy Swap Love Unleashed for $9.96. Oh, another one that's Dove approved. Oh, we can't go a week without Dove approved for sure, guys. Very interesting there. When twin puppies are reunited, anything can happen. it's like falling in love and the cute puppies and all the hijinks behind it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like dogs, so it could be kind of interesting, I guess. But these little dogs, man, I don't know if you guys. I mean, I'm a dog lover. I love all dogs, but I noticed that the little dogs are sometimes very vicious, man. They like really love to bite you and everything. They have a mean streak at times. I know at least the ones that I've met. Maybe they just don't like me, but I am a dog lover regardless. I love every dog, even if they bite me. I love every dog regardless. But it kind of looks kind of this cheesy sort of doggy romantic comedy movie that I can easily pass on, guys. But if you are a fan of dogs and romance movies set on a farm, then hey, Puppy Swap might be for you. Highly doubt it, though. Other than that, that does it for this section, guys. Actually, quite a lot so far. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright, guys, we're over in this section over here, and I'm noticing a couple things here. They have Jack Hunter and the Lost Treasure of Ugarit, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack for $14.96, the DVD for $9.96. And it just looked really interesting to me because it feels just like a rip-off Indiana Jones thing, man. See that giant snake there and him on the horses and everything? It just feels like straight-up Indiana Jones rip-off central, man. It really does. Jack Hunter, a young archaeologist, was planning... Yeah, I mean, it's just right down to the synopsis, and even the clothes he's wearing just reminds me of Indiana Jones in a big bad way, man. Like, really copying the Indiana Jones effect, man. And I don't know if it's actually going to be good or not, because, you know, a lot of these sort of copycats from Indiana Jones have not been good, and this sort of straight-to-DVD Blu-ray movie, try to rip off Indiana Jones all you want. You're not Indiana Jones, and you're not Harrison Ford. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I don't know if it really works. I mean, it could be cool, but... you know, a rip-off of Indiana Jones, I'll just watch Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying? They've got that. They also have a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of El Dorado Temple of the Sun for $14.96 and the DVD for $9.96 as well. And Shane West, Luke Goss, Natalie Martinez, not bad cast. Archaeologist Jack Wilder. So we have Jack Hunter and Jack Wilder. Okay, here. The Incan city of El Dorado. But yeah, it's another Indiana Jones ripoff. They come in all shapes and sizes, guys. I'll stick with the first three Indiana Jones movies. Classics. Can't be beat. You know, interestingly enough, though, the only other sort of adventure series that ever reminded me of Indiana Jones was the National Treasure movies. And I love the National Treasure movies. I think they're great. I honestly, to me, guys, I think they're very underrated. Those are the ones that I think, to me, are sort of a modern-day version of Indiana Jones and pull it off pretty well. These ones, well, they don't look so hot, guys. Cheesy B-movies, they may be, but matching Indiana Jones... highly doubtful. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright, guys, we're over in this section of Walmart, and the only other thing I'm seeing this week is they have the DVD complete first season of Manifest for $22.96 right here. I have never heard of Manifest. Not at all, man. I mean, then again, I don't really have cable, so some of these shows do pass me by when I never hear of them. The best kind of throwback made with craft and detail. In 2013, flight disappeared. 5 years later, it came home. The world has aged 5 years, and they're... Oh, it's one of those sort of mystery ones. What happened to the 5 years? Why, you know, what happened to them? Why the 5 years? You know, what sort of phenomenon is it? You know, people kind of getting reused to life again. That type of show. They've made a lot of these type of shows in the past, guys. A lot of the networks have tried to do these sort of mystery type shows, and a lot of them don't really work. A lot of them only get one season and then completely fail. I know nothing about Manifest. I mean, I like the idea of it. It's interesting, but there's a lot of shows that had very interesting ideas that completely failed. So this might be one of them, guys. Let me know if you know anything about Manifest or if you've seen it. Good, bad. What do you think? Again, it looks kind of generic to me. And again, I don't really have cable, so if this is on a major network, it's something that I doubt I'll ever get into. But definitely let me know if you guys know anything about it or are interested in it. Definitely let me know. Other than that, guys, that does it for Walmart here. There is a lot of stuff this week, guys. A lot of stuff. Some really great variety this week. Some really great stuff for movie lovers. Not half bad, guys. All right. Let's head out. Displays, exclusives, variety. Walmart had it all this week. Very nice indeed here. I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought it was not going to be a big release week, but out with the independent titles and a lot of the new releases and some of the cool exclusives, there was a lot to check out here, man. A lot more than I even thought there was going to be. A lot of really cool stuff this week, guys, for sure. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Let's head to the next location and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target, right here. And you know, surprise, surprise, man, because Walmart really came through this week, man. I mean, we knew about the displays. Those were great-looking displays, on top of 2 exclusives as well, which I was never going to think we were going to get that with Walmart this week. And now with Target, I'm very curious if they're going to have any exclusives, because last week I was like, okay, man, we're getting Shazam, there's going to be exclusives, and there was nothing. So now I don't know what's getting exclusives and what's not, because if Shazam didn't get an exclusive at Target, I don't know if Hellboy or Alita is going to get anything. I could be wrong. I honestly could. I'm very curious to find out what kind of selection and exclusives they may or may not have. Well, let's head into Target and find out. Alright, everybody, we are in a Target here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. They also have an only at Target Blu-ray DVD and digital exclusive right here. They have a USB wristband. That's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen that as an exclusive, and a wristband for your USB. Actually not bad, kind of futuristic, kind of like the movie. Not bad at all. That's for $22.99 right here, guys. They also have, over here, they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.99, and the DVD over here for $17.99. Now, this movie teams up James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez. Great team up, man. Great filmmakers, great team up. In fact, James Cameron was supposed to direct this movie years ago. This was like on his slate of movies he wanted to do. And I believe it was around like 95 or something, if I'm not mistaken. It was around 95 at that time. And I think what ended up happening is he was more interested in directing Titanic, and he went with directing Titanic at that point. And I think the technology wasn't quite there yet. I believe he was waiting for the technology to sort of catch up to his vision, and that's why he didn't actually direct the movie. But years later, Robert Rodriguez took over, and man, do I love Robert Rodriguez, man. The Spy Kids stuff, From Dusk Till Dawn, The Faculty, the El Mariachi trilogy. I mean, so much great material that he's done, man. He's a great filmmaker. Some of the stuff he's done recently, like the Machete stuff, is not something I really like, and I think there's some movies that he's done recently that I'm not a fan of, but I think he's back in true form with this movie, guys. It was absolutely amazing and awesome. I thought it was just great, dude. Really did. It makes me want to read the manga and actually see what this is all about. But I mean, I was impressed by this movie. I really honestly was. I don't know if I was expecting much, but I had low expectations, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised, guys. It really well done. Honestly, give it a chance if you haven't. I think you guys will like it quite a bit. Then over here, I am seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Hellboy for $24.99. They have a Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.99. The DVD for $14.99. And we're not done yet because they have a Blu-ray DVD digital only at Target exclusive steelbook packaging for $24.99. Can you believe it, guys? Hellboy, of all things, is getting a exclusive steelbook here at Target. I thought we would have gotten something like that for Shazam, but for Hellboy, you never know until you do these out and about, guys. Again, I'm kind of shocked, but the steelbook actually looks really nice, though, guys. I'm not gonna lie, like, it looks really cool. It really does, man. I mean, very different from this art. Very different from this art as well. I actually really like this steelbook, man. I mean, for me, I just wish the movie was better, but yeah, this is a really attractive steelbook, man. It really looks really nice. God, I just wish the movie was so much better, man. I mean, I know that the creator, Mike Mignola, was more involved with this movie compared to the Guillermo del Toro ones. And maybe this version sticks more closer to the comics, but that's not always a good thing. One of the things I love about Guillermo del Toro's movies is that he put his own spin on the material, and it may not have always coincided with the comic book, but it doesn't need to. I don't think you need to always do straight adaptations of comic books for your movies. I don't really think you have to. I mean, there's a great example in Avengers Endgame with Thanos, and how, you know, the motivation of Thanos is very different in those two films, Infinity War and Endgame, than it is in the comic book. And I think they actually improved on it, to be honest with you. So I don't think you need to have the comic book as a holy grail. I think you can have it as a guideline, but I don't think you need to adapt every little minutia of the comic book, because I don't think this worked, man. There was a lot of moments in here that felt like they were straight out of like Silent Hill. Really weird character designs. It felt really odd to me, man. It really did. For me, I'm not gonna lie. I just miss Guillermo del Toro's filmmaking skills. I just miss his fantasy elements here. I feel like this is such a watered down version, and it's a shame, because again, I think if you couldn't do Hellboy 3, I wanted something that could feel like it was a great companion piece to those two Hellboy movies, but this, not so much, guys. I hate to say. Great looking steelbook, though. Shame the movie ain't that good. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Critters Attack for $19.99 right here, guys. And you know, yeah, not really all that good, I hate to say it. And I just feel like they can't really make any good Critter stuff as of late, because didn't they do a short, I want to say they did a short sort of series on Shudder, where it was like a short like series with the critters, and they were attacking this small town. I think it was on Shudder. I don't have Shudder, so I never saw it, but I saw the trailer for it. It looked good, and then I heard people who actually watched it said it was kind of lame, and kind of a lame duck of a limited series, unfortunately. And that really sucks, man. And I just feel like, why is the stuff from the 80s so damn good, and you just can't get it as good as it used to be? Why? I don't really understand that. Because back in the day, you didn't have as much CGI, you didn't have as much technical achievements, but somehow they pulled it off. maybe it was the inventiveness of the filmmakers. Maybe it was the restrictions that maybe made made them do better material. I mean, maybe it's just, to me, I just feel like back in the day is so much better than nowadays. And I'm not saying there's not some really great movies nowadays. I just feel like uh, somehow it feels more watered down than back in the 80s or even the 90s. I mean, let me know if you guys agree with me or not, but that's just my opinion. That's what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? I do know I believe there is a Critters fan film on YouTube or something, which was really cool actually. I really like that Critters fan film. I watched that like a year or two back, and I really loved that one. And that was like made me feel that there's potential for a Critters thing that they could do. But movies like this and the stuff on Shudder, really bum me out, man. Damn, really do. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD of Master Z Ip Man Legacy for $16.99 right here. And did you guys hear those comments from Dave Bautista? He had comments on Twitter or something about the Fast and the Furious franchise. Somebody asked him if he was going to be a part of the next round of movies or something for Fast and Furious, and he said something about how he wants to be in good movies or something. And I'm not here to defend the Fast and the Furious franchise by any means, but they're not terrible movies. And by all means, Dave Bautista hasn't been in everything that's been amazing or great. You know what I'm saying? He's been in some trash. So if you get a chance to be in a high-profile movie like Fast and the Furious, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean, guys? You know, I mean, he takes a lot of offers that maybe he shouldn't. But I do like him as an actor. I liked him in Bond. I like him in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I liked him in Blade Runner 2049. I thought he was awesome there. But for me, I'm not gonna lie, man. He really needs to do better in picking other projects. But this, not so much, guys. Again, it could be cool because again, I like the fight scene from this guy who did the choreography. So it could be cool, but yeah, I know. For me, I'm probably gonna pass, guys. That's just my opinion. But you know, again, if you guys like the Ip Man stuff, let me know if it's worth it. Could be. But Dave Bautista, man, he'll take anything. Interesting. Other than that, guys, that does it for this section, guys. Let's see what else Target's got. Alright guys, we're over in this section over here, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Missing Link for $19.99, the DVD for $14.99 over here, and this is actually done by Leica Studios, and Leica Studios, they've done things like Paranorman, Coraline, Kubo and the Two Strings, a bunch of stuff, man. And it's a really great animation studio. They do gorgeous animation. The movies are really well done. But I kind of feel like it's hard for them to compete in this animation market. You know what I mean? They don't have the backing of like a Pixar or other animation studios. And a lot of their titles, even though they're good titles, even though they're good movies, I kind of feel like they've been drowned out in the market and they don't make the kind of money that maybe they should. And I think this one was kind of one of those ones where it was a little bit of a financial stumble for them. I don't know if they're really going to do much more, but you know, the problem is the children's animation market is so flooded, man. There's so much stuff that's coming out every single week that it's really tough for some studios to really get ahead in the game. If you're not backed by a powerful company like Pixar with Disney or something, then you really fall to the wayside. Even if your animation and everything is great, sometimes you need that company money to keep you going. I hope Leica continues to survive because I do think they do a lot of creative work and I think their animation is amazing. And Missing Link is a decent movie, but it's not a great kids animation movie. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think kids are going to really be attracted to this like they are for How to Train Your Dragon or the Lego movie or stuff like that. It's a decent animated movie, but I don't think it's going to attract the base that they wanted to. It's a shame. Like I said, it's not very lively, and there's a lot of dull moments to it, which I think is going to bore a lot of kids. Unfortunately, I think so. It kind of bored me as an adult, so I think kids are with attention spans kids have. Maybe not so much, guys, but it is a decent one to check out. And again, the animation is beautiful. I hope Leica continues to make these movies, but I have a feeling that they may someday go the way of the dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? That does it for this area here. Let's see if there's anything else to check out. Alright guys, we're over in this section over here, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD of Manifest, the complete first season for $22.99 right here. I mean, it looks okay, to be honest with you. It doesn't look great. You know what? A lot of these mystery shows, I tried getting into a bunch of them, guys. I honestly did. When I used to have ABC and NBC, there used to be a crap ton that came out, and I tried, but I could never get into any of that stuff. The last good, really mystery show I ever watched was Lost, and Lost is great. Man, I love Lost, and for some reason, after I got done with Lost, I never got into any other mystery shows. I never did. I don't know, nothing could ever compare to Lost. That experience that I had, and just trying to figure out the mysteries and the characters, and nothing ever could really compare. You know what I'm saying? I doubt Manifest is actually gonna ever compare, but that's why I got rid of cable, because after shows like Lost and a couple other ones, I never really watched anything else, guys. I never really watched much other TV shows, man. I was part of that golden age of TV, and then after that, I just kind of dropped off. Yeah, I doubt Manifest is ever going to get me interested, guys, but definitely let me know. Then over here, I'm seeing the DVD set for Luther, the complete series, all 5 seasons for $29.99. And I have never seen Luther. I don't know anything about it. I know it's from the BBC, and interesting plot. That could be actually cool. I do, you know what, I do like these type of shows, and I really do like Idris Elba. He's a good actor. There's some roles that he's done where I'm not a huge fan of him. I feel like sometimes he picks things that are not really that great. I'll be talking about one soon, guys, but for me, you know, I know a lot of people have thought of him as Bond, and I think maybe some people got that idea through Luther here. It looks cool. I like the cat and mouse game. I like him being this sort of tortured guy, you know, driven by his sense of justice. It looks cool. Again, I've never seen any of it. Is it worth it to check out? Let me know. I mean, again, I'm always looking for new shows to check out, and there's so much stuff to check out, guys. There's so many shows and so many things to give a look to that sometimes I'm a little wary of what to pick, but I know you guys don't really ever steer me wrong, so definitely let me know, guys. But nice. All seasons wrapped into one for $29.99. Not half bad, guys. And not half bad this week for sure. A lot of stuff, guys, indeed. A lot of stuff for sure. Pretty damn good at Target this week, dare I say. Alright, let's head out. Actually, really great selection this week, guys, over here at Target. Not really all the independent releases that we see over at Walmart, but you know what? I feel like they had a lot of really good variety. Some of the stuff we saw over at Walmart. On top of that, we got 2 exclusives as well. That interesting, like, USB wristband and a steelbook for Hellboy, which I was not expecting. Again, like, it's weird that Shazam didn't get it, but Hellboy did. I don't know how they choose it, but it's very interesting what they choose. It's a cool steelbook, but again, just wish the movie was a little bit better. You know what I'm saying, guys? But that's very cool that they had the exclusives and cool variety as well. Not half bad this week over at Target, dare I say. Definitely a jump up from last week and the previous week for sure. Alright, guys, let's head to the last location and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast, Best Buy. But before we go in, I wanted to talk about a few trailers with you guys. Comic-Con has actually ended, San Diego Comic-Con. There were a lot of things that were released, a lot of trailers to talk about. And the first being, well, I got the need for speed, baby. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick. The trailer dropped, guys. And let me tell you something. Okay, I never thought in a million years that I would ever be talking about a Top Gun sequel, okay? I have heard for years, well, it's in development this, it's in development that. Tom Cruise is attached, Tom Cruise is not attached. I mean, everything, guys. And I just didn't believe it was ever going to happen. And, well, the trailer came out. Well, we saw that it is definitely happening, guys. And, you know, I really like the trailer. I'm just going to throw it out there. I really like the trailer. I like where they're going with this. I like where they're going with the idea of an older Maverick, somebody who has passed on promotions, somebody who, you know, could be like, you know, a 2-star, you know, general or something in the Air Force or something like that. And he's passed on it all to stay where he is. Somebody who's lost out on opportunities, somebody who's getting much older, and you know the younger bucks are still there and maybe out competing him or something like that. And it's him dealing with those struggles, dealing with those issues. I think it looks good. I really do. I like where they're going with it. I like the statement that where they're talking about getting older and still trying to be who you used to be. I like that aspect of it. I think it looks good, man. And at the end of the day, you also have, you know, the sweaty, oily bodies. You have the volleyball. You have the singing. You have everything that makes Top Gun Top Gun. I think it looks good, man. And I never thought I was going to say that in a million years, but here we are, guys. So, shocker of a lifetime, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely let me know what you guys think of that one. Also, I saw the trailer for Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Now, I never thought, guys, I never thought for a million years that we were going to get another View Askewniverse film from Kevin Smith. I never thought we would do it. You know, after Clerks 2 came out years ago, I really love Clerks 2, but I said, this feels like a swan song. This feels like an end of an era. Kevin Smith is going to go do other things, but this is the end of his universe. And he did. He went off and did other films, you know, like Tusk and Red State and, you know, that porno movie. I mean, he made other stuff. But he'll always be known for those View Askewniverse films. And I had heard rumors and rumblings that they were going to do another Jay and Silent Bob movie. And I was like, really? Because I was a little shocked by that. We're getting another one. I didn't really know what I thought about that. I didn't know whether it could work or not. And truth be told, I like the trailer. I think the trailer looks funny. It looks like the same old sort of banter back and forth that we get from Jay and Silent Bob. I think it works. I really honestly do. I think it looks like a fun and interesting time. There's a crap load of cameos in here, man. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Hemsworth, Jason Lee, oh man, Shannon Elizabeth, Oh my God, man, there's so many cameos in this thing. I think that's the one thing I worry about. I just worry that it's going to be cameo central and that basically there's just not going to be any time for the story or anything. It's just going to be cameos up the wazoo and hey, look who they're interacting with next. I mean, that's kind of how I'm seeing the trailer. I hope I'm wrong, guys. It's a really fun time because I really do like that first Jay and Silent Bob movie. I think it's fun. I think it's actually a really good time. And, I'm an apologist for it because I know it's not the best View Askew Universe film, but I tend to enjoy it. I will say this much. I would have rather had them make a Clerks 3. I want a Clerks 3. If I was going to pick between a Jay and Silent Bob movie or a Clerks 3, I'd be picking Clerks 3 for sure. Unfortunately, certain people are holding out. Things are changing. They're not quite... we're not quite getting the Clerks 3 that maybe we want. So they're doing this instead. I can still hold out hope for a Clerks 3, but in the meantime, I guess I just gotta wait my turn until that happens. In the meantime, Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It looks interesting. Let's put it that way. I like how they're commenting on reboots, and I like how about redoing things and the changing in cinema. I kind of like that idea. All wrapped in Jay and Silent Bob goodness. I hope it's good, guys. The next trailer that I saw, oh boy, is Cats. Cats, yeah. Oh yeah. That's the stuff of nightmares, damn it. I'm sorry. If you guys like the Cats trailer, that's cool. I won't fault you, but oh my God, man, that Cats trailer. Truth be told, I have never seen the stage production of Cats. I've never seen it. I know of it. I know what it looks like. I know how they dress up. I understand it all. I had heard that they were doing a Cats movie, and I kept saying to myself, I'm like, this could go one of two. This could be a masterpiece of cinema, or this could be a complete joke. And right now, at least from that first trailer, it's looking like a complete joke, guys. I'm not even lying, man. It looks terrible. The CGI on the performers there for the cat stuff looks terrible. The makeup on their faces looks really bad. The singing and dancing, I guess, looks okay, but you have to buy into them being cats, and right now that does not look good, man. That looks really bad. I mean, I remember seeing it the first time I saw the trailer, and I'm like, I'm really hoping this is not the final look of the film, because if it is, man, that's bad. That's really bad, man. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I want to hopefully like this movie because I like musicals. I am a fan of musicals, old school stuff, Rocky Horror, Sound of Music, West Side Story, Sweeney Todd. I like musicals quite a bit. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the musicals that have come up recently. The Les Miserables one isn't terrible. That Chicago one's pretty good too. But there's a lot of ones that have not really impressed me so much, guys, where I just don't know why we're actually making it, and I think Cats is one of those. There's certain times where it's better just leaving it as a stage production. That translating it to film is much harder than you could ever possibly imagine, and I think this is one of those times, guys. Honestly, I really do. It is really just not, it doesn't look good, man. I don't like the comedy here. You've got Jason Derulo here and Taylor Swift dressed up as cats, and it doesn't look good. Idris Elba is doing his best, like, brooding impression, under cat makeup. They got jokes about catnip. They got jokes about, a mouse trap and everything. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. I think it's the look of the Cats, man, that is really throwing everybody off. It just doesn't look good. And you can have great singing and dancing, but if you can't get the look right, you're really screwed. And I think this is what's going to happen, guys. I really honestly do. And the last one I saw is Won't You Be My Neighbor? Yes, the Mr. Rogers biopic starring Tom Hanks. I knew this was coming. I could not wait because when I heard of the casting of Tom Hanks, I said, this is perfect casting. You have Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers. Tom Hanks is the all-American actor. We all love Tom Hanks. We all loved Mr. Rogers. It's the perfect fit of casting. And I love this trailer, man. I love the emotion that Tom Hanks is giving as Mr. Rogers. I like the story of him being older and of this guy who wants to interview him and asking him these questions. Well, do you think you're a hero? And, you know, looking back on his past and the people that he's influenced. And I really like a very introspective sort of biopic looking back on your life. I think this is going to be really good. I have a really good feeling about it. I think Tom Hanks is going to hit it out of the park. I think all these performers are going to do a great job. I think it's going to be a really great appreciation of Mr. Rogers. If you guys did not watch that Mr. Rogers documentary, please do it, because that is such a great documentary. It really praises Mr. Rogers in a great way and everything he did, just not only for kids but for adults as well. Just a really fascinating documentary, and I think this movie is going to be a really great compliment to that, guys. I really honestly do. I have a feeling it's going to be great, man. I just do. I love a good biopic when everything is hitting on all cylinders. The acting, the story, the characters, you know, a lot of the true life influences, when they're all really hitting on in a great sort of way, I think it's all going to work out well. And I just have a feeling in my mind that this is going to be a great movie. Let me know what you guys think of the Mr. Rogers biopic and all of the trailers. There has been a lot of trailers that have been coming out for Comic-Con, man. Sad I wasn't at Comic-Con. I kind of wish I was. One of these days. It's on the bucket list, trust me. Well, let me know about those, guys. In the meantime, let's head into Best Buy and see what the Beast has in store for us this week. Alright everybody, we are in at Best Buy here with this display for Alita Battle Angel right here. A small display, but not half bad, guys. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. They also have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.99, and they also have a limited edition steelbook only at Best Buy, the Blu-ray 3D 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99 right here. Nice. That's actually a really nice steelbook, guys. That's nice. It's basically of her sort of robotic hand. Yeah, that's not bad. I actually do kind of like that. I don't know if I like it as good as this artwork. I think I like this artwork a little bit better, but if you guys like very sort of stylistic sort of steelbook artwork, this is not half bad, guys. Not half bad. And to be honest with you, I'm still blown away that there's a Blu-ray 3D of this out there at pretty much every store, man. I would have never thought that in a million years. Usually they're just exclusive to Amazon or even Best Buy, but we've seen it all over the place at every store, and that's pretty damn cool. Just saying, guys. And pretty damn cool steelbook at that. Now, this movie sets up for a sequel. I mean, it really does in a big bad way. It sets up for this sort of conflict between this main bad guy and her sort of in a future installment. I don't know if we're gonna get it, guys, because the movie made a good chunk of change, but it didn't make enough where a studio is gonna be like, hey, I'm just gonna start making a sequel and let's go. I know James Cameron wants to make it. I know Robert Rodriguez wants to make it. They just need the money and the backing from the studio. I would love to see a sequel. I think that this movie is really underrated because it was originally supposed to come out winter holiday, sort of towards Christmas of last year. And it was going to go up against like Mary Poppins and Aquaman and everything like that. And this movie would have gotten buried. They moved it a couple months up, and I think that it actually benefited this movie. I still think people see, if you're not into sci-fi, if you're not into the manga stuff for this, I think this movie kind of confused you a little bit. You weren't sure exactly what it is. I think once people gave it a chance, I think they really liked it quite a bit. I know that I did while watching it. To me, I think people just got to give it a chance. And I think there's certain movies out there that it looks weird. You're not quite sure what to make of it. Sci-fi, robots, weird sort of futuristic sort of game that they're playing to get to this sort of perfect life. Like, what? Like, I know it would confuse a lot of people, and I think for general audiences it probably did. But I'm telling you guys, definitely give this movie a chance. It's all kinds of fun. It's all kind of really cool inventiveness. The CGI is absolutely amazing here. It's mind-blowing. The action is fucking incredible. I really did enjoy this one, man, and it really is worth your time. I'm hoping that with the physical media release, I'm hoping that it sells enough that a studio is going to see that there's an interest in making a sequel. I would love to see a sequel, guys, because for me, this one is an underrated gem, or will become an underrated gem that I think people will find over time. But it's one that you guys, if you're a fan of sci-fi, definitely give it a chance, guys. You will not be disappointed. 110%, trust me. You get Alita's World, From Manga to Screen, Evolution of Alita, Motorball, which is a very interesting game in the movie. Very, very action-packed and very brutal, and I loved watching that stuff. Really fantastic. Scene Deconstruction and much more. Very wonderful little movie, and I feel like, I think a lot of people have been burned out by sci-fi stuff over the years, and I feel like maybe they saw James Cameron's name and they were like, well, he promoted that shitty Terminator movie, and I don't know if I can trust his word on stuff. Truth be told, I can't trust his word on Terminator stuff, but I can trust his word on Alita Battle Angel. Very well worth it, and I hope we see more in this world, guys, for sure. Other than that, that does it for this display, guys. It is a small display, but not half bad at all. Alright, guys, well, let's see what else Best Buy's got. Alright, everybody, we're over here in the new release section, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Hellboy for $19.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $24.99, and yet another exclusive for Hellboy. Really? Okay. Another steelbook at that. Very interesting. A limited edition only at Best Buy steelbook. And this is pretty much sort of looking like it's straight out of sort of the comic book design of Hellboy right here. I think I'm going to say I prefer the Target steelbook, and I don't think I would have ever said that, but I prefer the Target one a little bit better. The design here is okay, but it's not the greatest. It's just all right. Let's put it that way. But yeah, that's for $29.99 right here. Not a terrible steelbook, but it doesn't wow me like I think the Target one did. And I've heard a lot of arguments as of late about, oh, well, comic book movies are dying, that the interest is waning and nobody wants to see them anymore. And I've heard stories out there on YouTube from people saying, well, Hellboy didn't make a lot of money and Shazam didn't make the amount that other people were thinking of, and they were citing some other stuff. And my argument to that is, look at Endgame. Look at Endgame, look at Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, I don't think the interest is waning at all. I think people want to see good stories, and I think people want to care about the material that they're watching on the screen. I think that's what people want, guys. I mean, I just don't think this was a good movie. I mean, that's what it came down to. It's not the fact of, like, people are getting sick of comic book movies. It's more of, like, people want to get invested in characters and the plots, and actually sit in the theater and know that their money is going to a good movie, that their time is not being wasted. I think that's what it's more about than anything else. And also you have to remember that with this movie, guys, basically they, there were so many issues that came out of this movie before it ever came out. The fact of David Harbour was sort of, not wanting to do extra scenes, and he was getting mad and going back to his trailer. The directors and the producers were fighting like crazy. Other people took over the editing, story changes on the set. I mean, constant like conflict and everything, man. I mean, and I just think that all that stuff became public, and I think people just were like, I'm washing my hands of this. It's not Ron Perlman. It's not Guillermo del Toro. Why am I wasting my time? And I can't say that I blame them. Like I said, I really wanted that third movie, dude, and I just, now knowing that it's never going to happen really breaks my heart. I just don't think this is a great movie, guys. I think it's a really big misfire and a huge missed opportunity to reinvent Hellboy. I just wasn't a fan, and to me, I'm going to say, man, that this is easily a skip. This is not an absolute train wreck, but at the end of the day, it's not great either, guys. And honestly, I would say, for your money, I would stick with the Guillermo del Toro ones. I think they're better made. I think there's better effects. I think there's better characters. I think there's better story. I think it's better everything. I don't think we're going to see a Hellboy reboot again for a very, very long time. I just think they're just going to let it sit and wait until interest picks back up again. In the meantime, well, we got this movie out of it. Can't say it's all that good, though, guys. You get here Tales of the Wild Hunt, Hellboy Reborn, 3-part documentary, deleted scenes, and pre-visualizations. Not a lot of special features, guys. If you guys do like the movie, I would probably say wait until Black Friday. You might get a better deal out of this movie. But before watching it, I would probably end up watching it first. That would probably be your best bet, guys. But it's not really worth it, in my humble opinion. Then over here, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Critters Attack for $19.99 right here. And I'm curious for you guys, what is your favorite Critters movie? What is the one? You've got 4 of them to pick from, including this. I love them all pretty equally. I will say that first Critters is unique, and I don't think anybody saw it coming. But you know what? I really do like Critters 2. I think Critters 2 is vastly underrated. And you know what? I'll sort of give some love to Critters 4. I really will. I know it's kind of cheesy B-movie sci-fi action type of stuff, but I like what they did with the Critters. I like the sci-fi aspect to it. I actually thought it was kind of cool, to be honest with you. I honestly did. I like the old school effects that the Kyoto brothers did for the Critters, and there's a lot of franchises that are being, I don't want to say reinvented, but trying to bring it into the modern day. Like we saw that Leprechaun film, Leprechaun Returns, this one. I feel that they're trying to do it, and it's just not successful. I don't know if it's the right formula or whatnot. Sometimes you just have to let franchises just go the way of the dinosaur. You know what I mean? It's not that they can't be rebooted, but you got to do it in a good way that's going to make it feel satisfying for the people that love those movies. And I just don't think this does it, guys. I mean, definitely let me know what you think for sure, but Critters Attacks cannot compare to the other 4 Critters movies by far. You do get a bunch of special features, though. You get engineering, gore, you get fight scene commentary, the Critter Ball, Critters Out of This World experience. Not bad special features. I just wish it was a better Critters movie. I feel like stuff like Leprechaun Returns and this one, they're misfires, kind of like how Hellboy. They're missed opportunities that could have been much better. But yeah, I'll stick to my old school Critters films. But definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I am seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD of Master Z Ip Man Legacy for $14.99 right here, guys. Not actually much more to say about this. Like I said, I like the cast. I like Michelle Yeoh. I liked her in that romantic comedy she did there, Crazy Rich Asians. I liked her quite a bit in that. Tony Jaa's good. You know, a lot of these ones that come overseas, they're actually pretty decent, and I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do you think the overseas action ones are better than the ones we make here in America? I'm kind of curious because, you know, I feel like for some reason the overseas stuff that they do, I don't know, for some reason it tends to feel more genuine, more dynamic, you know, more crazy, and just it feels more like, you know, oh my god, that it feels more old school. The stuff in America, it feels like we're kind of like overdoing it, overstuffing it, overcomplicating it. Sometimes you just want a good stripped down action movie. This kind of looks it, guys. It looks kind of interesting to me. Again, I like the cast. I am a fan of some of the Ip Man movies, so this might be good. Definitely let me know, guys. And behind the scenes and trailers. Well, that's all you get. Well, the Ip Man Legacy, they didn't treat it with the special features that some of the Ip Man movies have had in the past, but kind of interesting if you're a fan of the Ip Man series. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Other than that, that does it for this section of Best Buy, guys. A lot of stuff to check out for sure. Alright, let's see if they got anything else. Alright everybody, we are over on this side of the new release section, and the one thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Missing Link for $19.99 right here, guys. And, you know, I like the story. I like the idea that it's about sort of the missing link, Yeti, Bigfoot, you know, however you want to really call it, but I like that it's sort of getting kids used to that sort of mythology and everything. I like certain Bigfoot, Yeti type of movies, man. Of course, I'm more of like a horror movie fan than I am an actual like animation type of thing. I mean, I think Bobcat Goldthwait made a Bigfoot movie that I think is really cool. I also really like, there's an old school like Yeti, Bigfoot sort of killer one called Abominable, which I really love. Abominable, man. Abominable is really cool. It's kind of nice to get kids into it. This is not a horror movie. This is more of your friendly neighborhood, you know, Yeti type of guy, but it has its fun moments. It honestly does. It has its fun and enjoyable moments. I like the chemistry that the characters have together. I think some of the comedy works. I just don't think that kids are really going to dig this like they dig other titles. And as I said, guys, the market is flooded so much that you really need to make an impression fast and need to make your money fast. And this really didn't do it. I'm hoping people find it over time, but it's one where I feel like when kids watch it, I don't really think they're going to connect with it as they connect with other ones. And I think that's the problem. The animation is here, but does it really connect with the kids? If you don't get the kids on board, then you don't get the money, and you know how that goes, guys. Again, it's still a worthy animated film, but nowhere near the genuine kids movie that I thought it was going to be, put it that way. You get here a commentary by the director, not bad. Here you got creating Mr. Link, bringing the final battle on the iceberg to life, and much more. Not bad special features, actually, especially with the commentary. Not bad at all. I don't think the kids will be watching the commentary track, but I'm definitely sure the adults will. Not half bad, guys. Give it a chance if you have. And it's a decent animated film. Not the greatest, though, I will admit. Not too bad at all. Alright, that does it for this area. Let's see what else they got. Alright everybody, we are in this section of Best Buy, and the only couple things I'm seeing here is they have the complete first season of Manifest for $22.99 right here. And you guys gotta be honest with me. I mean, please, is it worth getting cable again for TV shows? Is it worth it? Because I got cable for a long time, and I used to live with Bob, and what happened once is that I was sitting at home and I'm watching TV, and I'm going through all the channels, and I'm thinking to myself, There is nothing here that I want to watch. Not at all. Not a single damn thing that I want to watch. And I have like 100 or 200 channels, and there's nothing. And I just cut ties. And that's when I got the Roku, and that's when I ended up, getting Netflix and Amazon Prime and, some of these other services. But I see a lot of these shows coming out, like Manifest and all these other like shows on CBS and everything, and I ask myself, is it really worth it to invest the time into these shows? Is it worth it to get cable for these lackluster shows that don't even last even maybe a couple seasons at most? Like I said, I was part of a generation that was watching Buffy and Angel and X-Files and Lost and Stargate, and I was watching all that stuff, and when all of that went the way of the dinosaur, I lost a lot of interest in TV, and I just don't see a lot of these stuff on these cable shows that are actually worth my time or effort. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Is it worth it to get cable again, or should I just stick with what I got? Because I'm pretty happy with what I got, guys. But shows like this, even though there's an intriguing idea behind it, doesn't exactly make me want to go out and actually watch it. And if cable is full of these type of shows, then consider me lucky I cut the cord. Definitely let me know, guys. There is no special features that I see, unfortunately. I kind of wish there was special features, but a lot of these TV sets don't really have a lot of features, unfortunately. Shame. Then I'm seeing over here they have the Blu-ray of Mothra for $14.99, and it looks like it's a steelbook at that. Nice, very nice steelbook here. This looks really cool. Mightiest monster in all creation. Not bad, man. Oh, you want to know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. I've barely, let's put it that way, I've barely scratched the surface on all of the Godzilla stuff and all of the Godzilla spin-off ones like Mothra and all these other movies that they've made over the years. I've watched some, but I can't say I've watched all, man. There's just so much to cover. I believe this is from 1961, if I'm not mistaken, man. I believe it is. I know it's from the 60s, but man, this thing is like a blast from the past, dude. I remember watching a little bit of this when I was a kid, and I really love the design. I mean, look, the design. That's old school stuff, man. I know they had Mothra in the new Godzilla movie, and that was pretty cool, but I'm all about the old school, guys. I love all this old school stuff, and it's really cool that a lot of this stuff is finally hitting on Blu-ray. I know we're getting a lot of those Universal horror films finally on Blu-ray. We're getting a lot of these creature features on Blu-ray finally. It took a long time, but we're finally getting that stuff, and I'm really glad. I mean, there's some stuff that unfortunately will never hit on Blu-ray, but it's nice to get some of this stuff from like the 50s and the 60s finally hitting on physical media, because not gonna lie, it's nice to have the upgraded picture, it's nice to have the quality, and it's nice to have it updated to a brand new version for more people to find it, because I'm all about people finding forgotten classics. And if people find more Godzilla stuff, then that ain't half bad, guys. Definitely let me know what you think of the old school Mothra film there. It looks really awesome here. And you get here the Japanese and US versions, including additional 11 minutes trailer and audio commentary and photo gallery. Not half bad, guys. I love all this old school stuff, man. I'm an old school effects junkie, and Mothra is right up my alley. Definitely let me know if you agree, guys, but very cool here. Alright, guys, that'll do it for Best Buy. Alright, let's head out. Pretty good releases over at the Beast right here, guys. More exclusives, which, again, man, it just boggles my mind. For Hellboy, we've gotten 3 exclusives for Hellboy equal to Alita. You never know until you do the out and abouts, guys. That's for sure. Other than that, some really cool surprises like that Mothra Steelbook and, all of the brand new releases as well. Not bad here. I will admit, though, that there's one title that came out this week that it's kind of interesting that nobody had it, and it's the 4K upgrade of Oliver Stone's The Doors. And I'm really shocked that nobody carried that title because I thought other people were going to have it. I mean, it's Oliver Stone, it's Val Kilmer, it's a 4K upgrade. I thought people were going to carry it, but apparently nobody did, which is a shame because I think it's actually worthy of a revisitation of a lot of people, especially now that a lot of musical biopics have come out. I think it's kind of cool to revisit that movie and sort of rediscover The Doors and rediscover that film because I think it's a really cool film, guys. So unfortunately, that release was nowhere to be seen. But other than that, really good releases this week. A lot of cool variety. Not half bad for a physical media Tuesday, guys. All right, let's head home and finish the video. All right, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And the physical media was quite plentiful for sure, guys. A lot of stuff to show off. As I told you, we're getting a lot of releases from spring coming in now and some really good titles that are coming out. A lot of cool special features, interesting artwork, and exclusives. Now, to be fair, July's been lacking a little bit in exclusives. We've got some decent stuff, but I think we're a little overdue for an exclusive bonanza, and we definitely got it this week, guys, for sure. I was not expecting how much exclusives we got every single place, at least two. Oh man, they were definitely showing off the exclusives this week, guys. Hey, as I said before to you guys, I never know exactly what I'm going to get until I enter those stores. It's always a surprise, a pleasant surprise, no matter what happens, guys. And this week, no exception. And, it's kind of interesting because there were two interesting conversations that I had this week while doing the out and about. One was an employee over at Target, and the employee, really nice employee, really nice guy, watches some of the channel, and he's working and I'm about to do the video and he stops me and he says, I'm just curious why you call Target family friendly. And he goes over to the CDs and the LPs and he's like, look, explicit music right here. We carry stuff like that. Of course we carry stuff like that. So why are we the family friendly store? And I had to end up really telling him why I do that. And it's not to knock down Target, it's not to belittle anybody or any store. The reason why I do that is to prepare you guys for what you're gonna see. Because no store is the same as the other. You're gonna find different things no matter where you go. For Walmart, I always know we're gonna find some sort of independent titles, independent horror. A lot of these indie titles that no other store is gonna get. When we go into Target, I know that we're getting all the new releases. We're getting some maybe some BBC titles. Maybe some interesting sort of kids movies that maybe other stores might not have. And Best Buy pretty much has a variety of stuff. But they will also carry some really unique and interesting releases, exclusive stuff, and like big name collections that other stores won't have either. So every store is different. No store is exactly like. When I go into Target, I know I'm not getting the same stuff I would get over at Walmart, and I know Best Buy is not going to carry the same stuff that Target has. I mean, everyone carries the new releases, but not everybody is equal. And I try to stress to you guys that doing the out and abouts is always interesting because every store has its unique elements to it. When I go into every store, I know the general rule of what I might get, but it's wide ranging. But when I say family friendly, it's not to knock down anybody and it's not to knock down any store. It's to say this is what Target is. This is their demographic. This is what they're going for. And their demographic is different than what Walmart is. And it's the same with Best Buy. No store has the same demographic. All the new releases come out every week, but outside of that, you can get a little sprinkle of this, you can get a little sprinkle of that. It changes depending on what store you go to. So I love every store I go to. I love Target, I love Best Buy, I love Walmart. I just know that when I go in, I'm not expecting the same thing at every single store. There's going to be something different no matter where you go. And I think that's part of the uniqueness of doing these out and abouts, because if I went to every single store and they had every single title that's exactly the same at every single place, it would get a little boring from time to time. I love talking movies regardless, and I talk about movies like crazy no matter what I find. You guys know that. But it's nice to change it up at times. It's nice to find something unique and interesting at every place you go. And so, again, it's no offense with Target saying family friendly. It's just a different demographic. And I think the family friendly name suits them quite well because they do a great job at it, as does every store. So just because there's a label doesn't mean it's a bad label. It just means that you cater to certain people over others. But that's part of the uniqueness. And, speaking of Target, I also had another conversation at Target with this lady who, as I was finishing the out and about at Target, she stops me and she says, hey, is this YouTube? What do you do? And I was talking to her about the channel, and I was talking to her about the difficulties of doing this, and she was talking about getting into YouTube herself. And, I talked to her about what this channel is about and what I do, and, the fact that this is a second job, and that, you have to have a passion for what you do. And, she told me sort of she asked me about the recipe for success, I guess, or what makes it unique to do it. And I said, you have to show off your passion, and you have to be yourself. Because if you're not yourself, then people are gonna see it. They're gonna see it, they're gonna see you being fake, and they're just not gonna care for you and not gonna care for what you're gonna put out there, and they see right through you. I go out of my way to show you guys the movies, talk about movies, doing reviews, everything like that. But at the end of the day, I'm a movie fan. That's what I am. I do this for you guys, but I also do it for myself because I love movies. And, there's some people out there that do this that might not be so genuine, that might not have the passion. Others have more passion than I do. I love this. And when I started it 2+ years ago, I never knew it would grow to anything or to any heights. But I knew I wanted to do it because I love movies. And as long as you have a passion in what you do, doesn't matter what it is. Music, movies, makeup, photography, whatever. As long as you are you. As long as you are yourself. And you present yourself in a genuine way, and you show off that passion that you so wonderfully have, then I think people will come to you and come towards what you do. And I hope that I've done that for you guys. I kind of was talking with her, and I sort of thought to myself, God, I hope I've done that for you guys in some small way. And if I have, then maybe I've succeeded, even though I'm not the biggest YouTuber in the world, and I may not be the smallest. It's nice to know that if I bring you guys joy in the least, then I've done my job to some little tiny bit there. So yeah, those were nice conversations that I had this week for sure. And like I said, I never know what conversations I'm gonna have when I do these out and abouts. I just sort of either before I start a video or I end part of a video, suddenly I have a conversation that is very unique to the day. So I definitely appreciate that. But this week, guys, this week was full of surprises, especially physical media. Hope you guys picked up something good. As far as I'm concerned, well, I had a package in the mail from Concept Media Films right here, guys. Concept Media Films. Now, this is actually a documentary. It's a documentary on the making of on the making of and the controversy of a certain horror film. Now, I talked about this horror film a long while back in the Blu-ray pickups video, and they're getting ready. Well, actually, they're in the middle of making the sequel, and they decided to put out this little documentary on the making of that first film and what went into it and the controversies and why it's still a very much talked about horror film to this day. I'm actually very excited to check this documentary out. I love movie documentaries, making movie documentaries. I think they're incredibly fascinating, and this one is definitely something I'm definitely looking forward to. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. I have a ton of stuff that's coming in the mail, man. Stuff that's already shipped, that's on its way. Yeah, I might have only got one thing, but there's a lot more coming, guys. And you won't get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop at the beginning of next month. It'll show off all the titles that I got for the month of July. And there's a lot of really cool titles, man. You got out of print, you got documentaries on movies, you got limited editions, new releases, upgrades, and so much more. July may not be as plentiful as June, but there's some very great and unique titles that I'm picking up, and the haul's gonna be very, very fascinating. Let's just put it that way. So definitely tune into that at the beginning of next month. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I do every single week. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos that I do every single month. In fact, I just released my June Blu-ray pickup video. It took me a little while, to be fair, but it's well worth it. And to be honest, guys, I picked up some unique titles for sure, some real doozies that I loved talking about. So definitely check that video out if you haven't. Also, the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends. Bob and I just did our review for The Lion King 2019. Was it worth the opportunity to do the remake, or does the original still succeed? Check out that review that we did, guys. Plus a whole host of other videos, movie huntings and movie topics, everything that I do for the channel, guys. If you love what I do, love movies, physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. Again, I want to thank you guys, the subscribers. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I could not do any of this, literally any of this, without you. And the support that you've given me just makes me want to continue doing this. And as I said earlier, this is a second job, but it's a second job that's worth having, and I love doing this because of the passion that I have and the passion that you guys show me. So I will continue this as long as you guys will continue having me do this for you. So yes, if you love what I do, then definitely hit subscribe. And oh my God, this was definitely a very, very great out and about, guys. So much stuff, exclusives, displays, oh man, so much stuff to check out, and much more hopefully next week as well. Well, guys, I will see you back next time for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.